Hello and welcome to New York City as we present the Ring Magazine. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero, powered by Fatal Fury City of the Wolves press conference live from the Palladium in the heart of New York City. It's Times Square. We got three fantastic fights, Sergio. We got Rolly Romero taking on Ryan Garcia. We got Devin Haney taking on Ramirez. We've got Barboza taking on Teofimo Lopez. Which one has you the most excited?
Which one has me tickled? Arnold Barboza, Teofimo. Teofimo's always the best at 140. Barboza has momentum going forward with his last couple of wins. I think stylistically that was the best fight.
Yeah, I'm looking at the main event. Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. There will be three judges seated ringside to score that fight. I can all but promise you those three judges will not be needed.
Well, let's talk about the guy that Ryan Garcia faced off against in New York last April. That's Devin Haney.
You know, it's going to go the distance. I mean, neither guys have got knocked out, and Haney doesn't have the power. Ramirez, at this stage of his career, doesn't have the power as well. He hasn't really looked good in his last couple of fights, Ramirez has, and Haney, he still has an undefeated record. This is a moment for him to actually shine and say that he's still here. He's still one of the big guys at 140, but he has to do it against an ex-Olympian and a former unified champion in Ramirez. If he can do something big, especially maybe even get a knockout, that's when you turn all heads and steal the show.
How about Teofimo Lopez? It feels like he hasn't fought in 5 years, but we hear him talking all the time about fighting. Finally, he gets back in the ring May 2nd. What do you make of that matchup against Barboza Jr., who's coming off the biggest win of his career against Jack Catterall in the Lions Den over in the UK?
No, I think that's going to be the fight of the night, the fight that steals the show, because Barboza is coming off maybe the two big wins of his career with Ramirez and Catterall, so momentum's on his side. Teofimo, he's hit and miss, but we still know that he's the goods at 140.
Sergio's right. He is the man right now at 140 pounds. But momentum is on the side of Arnold Barboza. And Barboza fights a style that Teofimo has shown he struggles against. You look at the way he moves Barboza. That's kind of the way Jermaine Ortiz moved in his fight against Teofimo. It's kind of the way Sandor Martin moved in his fight against Teofimo. Teofimo loves it when you come right at him. If you're right in front of him, Teofimo is going to chop you up. He's going to piece you up. But against someone like Barboza, who's going to be using the entirety of the ring, he's going to box just like he did against Jose Ramirez. He has the potential to squeeze out a decision in a fight like this.
So without further ado, let's get into these matchups. I'm going to start off with the two-division lineal Ring Magazine champion, Teofimo Lopez.
You know, His Excellency, they asked for the fight. They think that it's a great fight, lucrative fight for this card. And, you know, hey, what can I do? I'm the only world champion sitting here right now. Only one.
You ain't no world champion, bro. You're fucking
damn right. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm a universe champion, baby.
I'm exposed.
I'm a universe champion.
I earn my shit. I earn my shit. I travel. I earn my shit. Hostile territory, bro. You get your shit given to you in a plate.
I haven't seen it yet.
I earn my shit.
Where they at?
Ain't no one doing what I'm doing,
because everybody know how I come. Everybody know how I come.
I'm fighting three of the top 5 guys in the 7-month span. Call me an old school fighter, bro. I'm fighting in a 7-month span, the top 3 guys in the division. Look, man, May 2nd, you know, I'm a live dog in there, man, and he's going to find out. He's going to see, just like everyone else says, oh, he's not another, well, I'm not on no level. We're going to see when I'm raising that Ring Magazine belt, this WBO belt.
All right, Devin Haney, Jose Ramirez, they may not be as chatty as we just saw with Teo and Arnold. But I can tell you from knowing both young men for a very long time, these guys are consummate professionals. We've never seen Devin Haney hurt like that. We've never seen him down on the canvas. He looked lost in there at times. Do you feel that there are questions that are being asked of you and that Jose Ramirez is going to ask those questions and you can answer them in the ring?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I fought somebody on PEDs. So that's how that fight was. But we move forward, and now as the world wants to see what Devin Haney's going to show up. And, you know, I'll look to give everybody all those answers on May 2nd.
I think I was harming myself, you know, but I'm a guy with no excuses, man. I'm a guy who never says no, and I think I did that to myself. But hey, that was a mistake that I did on my part, and it's time for me to grow and move up to the next weight class at 147. So, you know, I know what I could do. You know what I've been doing in sparring against guys who are world champions as we speak, guys who are talked upon as future world champions, and I know what I've done to them in sparring. So I know what I'm capable. And comes May 2nd, I'm gonna go out there and make it a fight, man. Show the best version of Jose Ramirez.
Let's move to the main event. Ryan, I'm going to start with you. Everybody talks about the grudge between you and Devin Haney, but it feels like there's a grudge between you and Rolly Romero here.
It's a little rough sparring, I guess, but he continued to use that sparring to, kind of boost up his career. Credit to his point. But I don't have no bad blood to him. I'm here to, do my job and, set up that rematch. But I'm not overlooking him at all. I know that he's going to come to fight. It's a big opportunity. We're on the main stage, so I got to be sharp and prepare.
I mean, if I was cloud chasing, he would have had cloud. He didn't have cloud at that moment. He didn't have anything. So, but it's just sparring. We're gonna see in the real fight in the ring on May 2nd, and we're gonna make it a big fight. We're gonna make it one of the biggest fights in U.S. history, and that's for sure.
It's a very good.
Hey, Turkey, I am your champion, by the way. Ring Magazine, I am your champion, Your Excellency.
We don't give a fuck what you
Your
are,
Excellency,
bro.
I am your champion.
Bro, we don't give a fuck, bro. I'm tired of hearing this shit. We don't give
Boxing,
a fuck.
baby, you gotta respect the origin.
Promise I'm gonna get to
1600
you.
BCE.
Enough of this shit.
You guys are so boring. You guys are talking so
Shut
polite
the fuck
to
up.
each
Yeah,
other.
because that's
crazy.
how we keeping it.
You guys
What
are all
you
talking so
about, bro?
politely, man.
We gonna
What
run
the
that.
fuck is
Remember
this?
that. We're gonna run that.
Yeah,
I like it.
I hope,
100%.
but like, bring it
Yeah,
in.
100%.
Bring it in.
I
Y'all
wanna
not
be
even
great
put the
too.
tip in yet.
Bro,
like,
like I
come
said,
on,
bro.
pause. By the way, pause. But y'all haven't even
damn,
put the
shut
tip
up.
in, bro.
All right, getting fired up, Ryan. Okay.
His Excellency has great plans, and people keep asking the question about where is boxing going? Saudi Arabia, how long will it last? This is turning it up a notch. Because with SNK and Fatal Fury and Ring Magazine, the other thing that you didn't mention is 6 days before, you've got 65,000 people at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Ben Eubank.
That's
Fury.
the first Ring Magazine
Exactly.
SNK Games presented event.
And that one, of course, is in front of 65,000 with a huge gate.
Yeah.
And when His Excellency said about doing Times Square and shutting it down, the first thing any promoter would say, what about the gate? But there's a method to the madness. It's a vision, and it's raising the profile of the sport so that everybody will tune in to the madness of closing down Times Square. The fights are the fights, and they're tremendous fights, and it's the right demographic to drive that audience. But the fascination with the concept of what he's doing and where he's placing these fights is going to make this a huge, huge draw on the night around the world. And, I'm baffled by the plans. I know, you were talking about other plans and locations. I've never seen anything like it. And I think we should all just realise what a good place boxing's in at the moment. And, the famous words of thank you to His Excellency gets bandied around a lot. But really, the vision that he has, and not just him, but you guys at Ring Magazine and the team, you've never seen anything like this. Operationally, this is one of the biggest jobs that's been done in boxing, to close down this area for our sport. And right now, there's never been a hotter time for the sport of boxing. So good luck to all the fighters, and great to be working with Oscar and Brad and all the promoters coming together to just continue to change the face of boxing.
Thank you, Turkey, for making boxing great again. Boxing is back, and let's keep it this way. I'm glad we're working with Eddie Hearn. I'm glad we're working with Top Rank, but let's keep it this way and make the big fights happen.
I mean, this is a fight-stealing matchup right here.
It's not considered the main event, but it might make the most noise. Barboza Jr. still feeling disrespected. And Teofimo Lopez, guys, I feel like he didn't say it, but I think he's looking past Barboza. He's looking to maybe fighting Ryan Garcia down the line, or maybe Devin Haney. I think he thinks this fight is in the bag.
I think he believes that he's on a different level than Arnold Barboza. And I think in the past, you might have been able to make that argument. But given the run that Arnold Barboza is on over the last 6 months, wins over Jose Ramirez, a win over Jack Catterall, he is rising to a different level. And now here both these guys are at 140. And look, Teofimo does have the best win at 140 between the two, that win over Josh Taylor. But in recent fights, Teofimo has not looked at his best. In recent fights, Arnold Barboza sure has. Well, in the case of Jose Ramirez, you heard Doug Fisher say that on the stage. There were a lot of people that believe he was done. He had been in the game for the better part of 13 years, former Olympian in 2012, has not looked good in recent fights and was outclassed by Arnold Barboza in that last fight. Devin Haney, he is coming off the worst beating of his professional career. Yes, it was wiped from his record, but there's no doubt that was a pretty significant beating. How will he bounce back from that? What does Jose Ramirez have left at 147 pounds? That's an interesting fight.
The last time we saw Ryan Garcia here in Times Square and the hype for the Devin Haney fight, he was a completely different person than what you're seeing right now, Chris. He could barely sit still.
He couldn't. He was ready to go and ready to fight. And I think he's still ready to fight in this matchup with Rolly Romero. I think this is great matchmaking for Ryan Garcia. Rolly Romero has credibility because he is a former 140-pound champion. He has real power in that right hand, but he has also proven to be a little bit shinny in some of his recent fights. Knocked out by Isaac Cruz, put on skates for a while by Ismael Barroso. Like, he has had some problems in some of his recent fights. Is he going to be able to stand up to the power of Ryan Garcia? That's what we're going to find out.